Hi, my name is John Flett, and I've been in Durban for over 20 years, and I'm really passionate about assisting children and parents get the answers they need, particularly for problems related to school. You've asked your child a question and you've asked yourself the question. I can't focus, and I've been asked by the school to get an assessment. So you've been asked by the school to get a pediatric assessment, and you have some concerns also about problems at home as well as at school. And you're not sure on how to go about getting the help for your child. This initially can seem really overwhelming and make you feel like your child is the only one experiencing difficulties. This is certainly not the case. And in fact, 1 in 5 children have been identified as having problems in the first few years at school. These initially may appear to be disruptive behaviors, having difficulty understanding what the teacher's instructions are, or experiencing fears and anxieties to such a level that it makes it difficult to learn. And after all, if your child's potential was only determined at birth, there wouldn't be any point and any need for schools. What are some of the important reasons that you should go about getting an assessment? There's new research that shows that parents spend an incredible 37 hours a week worrying about their children. An assessment provides an understanding and gives peace of mind about these problems and how they can be addressed. How about your child's self-esteem? When children learn and think differently, new tasks and skills might seem overwhelming and not come that easily to them. Self-esteem is tied to how children value themselves and how capable they feel. If your child has specific learning challenges, they have more negative feelings about themselves. How about your ability to help? You're not sure what will help, and you worry. If you can't fix the issue, you worry that you won't be able to get the right help and support for your child. An assessment can be the very first step that you take in getting help for your children's learning, emotional, and behavior problems. Ways to manage it. Remember, if you don't have all the answers, you can't be expected to fix it alone. Raising a child who learns and thinks differently can feel lonely. Fortunately, there are people that you can turn to help, like your child's teacher and pediatrician. Children with ADHD and learning difficulties need to be assessed as early as possible so that the appropriate help can be given. Without early help and intervention, research shows that there will be a 200 to 300% increase in failure rates and a 50% chance of having to repeat a grade by the end of high school, and only 35% do not matriculate. And unfortunately, only 5% will complete a college qualification. ADHD with progressive learning problems. A recent study showed that 80% of children were 2 years behind in reading, writing, spelling, and maths. Even the most intelligent children with superior intelligence can show chronic and severe underachievement, causing low self-esteem. The 3 main characteristics of ADHD are inattention, impulsivity, and hyperactivity. And one of the factors that is not necessarily discussed is that emotional dysregulation, not being able to handle the emotions. These can interfere with academic and schooling success. Having unmanaged ADHD and concentration problems is like attending school in body but not in mind. This has the same effect as missing 2 to 3 days of school a week. Over a year, this can translate into a large scholastic gap in education and will appear as a learning problem. Up to 50% of children with ADHD also have associated learning disabilities, especially with spelling, reading, writing, and maths. Therefore, just imagine the resulting consequence of a combination of missing 40% of school and a 50% increase in learning problems. This combination can hugely reduce the chance of success without early identification and treatment of these problems. I've been in Durban for over 20 years and am passionate about managing these problems in children, right from preschool through to teenagers and young adults. These include problems with anxiety, depression, self-esteem, conduct, development, and learning problems. I have gathered around me a multidisciplinary team of educators, therapists, and practice staff to respond to any problem, no matter how small or large. I've developed a digital platform so we can confidently and easily collect information from parents and teachers and health and school professionals, and particularly in this age of COVID pandemic. We also offer our patients an alternative consultation location away from our Hillcrest rooms at 8 Village Road that is just 2 away from the Delken Centre in Kloof for those that do not want to enter the hospital during COVID. And we are also consulting via Zoom. Please go to our website for further information at drflett.com, that's drflett.com, and schoolingassessment.com. We will guide you through this assessment process each step of the way. We can also be contacted on 031 1000 474 and emailed at support@drjohnflett.com.